Hello, Flosstube. This is Pamela here from Northwest Alabama. Today is February. Pull it up because I done forgot. Monday the 28th, because the fact that it's past midnight when I am making this. So it's been a while since I've been on here. I've been really busy with work and home and everything that's been going on. After I made my last video, I went off a trail. I said I wasn't going to start something new, and I did, but I'll get to that because it's part of my what I want to show today. What can I say? I didn't do much cross stitching in February, but let's go back, rewind. How is everybody doing? I hope everybody's okay. Y'all had a good New Year's and good Valentine's. I did. I had a good one. Everybody's good here. I was sick, but I think I said that the last time. Jasmine was sick too, but we're all doing good now. She's going to school. She went to visit the middle school for next year. Josue's working. He's got a job, working in the evenings, and he's doing pretty good too. Right now, Jasmine's sleeping and Josue's playing a video game, so you might hear him or the birds chirping in there. We have two birds. Well, Josue does. They're Josue's birds. But yeah, no other pets but them. So I hope everybody's doing okay. So let's show you what I've done, because I have something, part of a haul, something new that I got into that I shouldn't. And this month I've been thinking about destashing, like I've been doing all year, since the beginning of the end of last year, beginning of this year. I've been wanting to destash some of my crafts. And then I end up picking up a different craft, and it's in the quilting sewing area, but it's something different that I've never done before, which I'll show you. So I'm thinking of, I have to get rid of some craft because I have too much stash that's not getting worked. It's just sitting there, and I've gotten to talk to my boyfriend and all that, and I really need to, and I talked to the kids too, and I was like, I really need to destash some of the stuff. So I went through my books, and I pulled out, these are my knitting books, and I pulled out a lot of knitting, and I really love knitting, but I'm slow at all crafts. And I'm especially slow when it comes to making garments for myself. So what I want to do, if it's not, I want to make stuff, but the garments take me too long. Like for me, I'm big, so it's going to take 3 times longer than a smaller chick to make clothing for me. And I would make it for other people, but are they really knit worthy? A lot of people say, when you think about making something for somebody else, are they really knit worthy? Now, I will say I made something for Jasmine, and the yarn is not cheap. This yarn she picked out was not cheap, and I did it because she wanted me to make this sweater for her. I finished it. Took me a while, but I did finish it. She never wore it. So I will never make anything for somebody to wear. It's just not going to happen, because I'm not going to put my time and effort into it and they don't wear it. Even though they asked for it, they're not going to wear it. It's not like they didn't like it. I don't know. She just didn't wear it. Like, she wore a sweater, but when I go ask her, where's your sweater? I don't know. So I'm not going to do that anymore. I make a blanket because I know people use it. I make like scarves or shawls or something, I'll make them. And I really like socks. I'll make me some socks out of the yarn that I have left. I have quite a bit of yarn, and mostly it's going to be either scarves, shawls, socks, cowl around your neck, anything, a hat to keep my head warm. But it's making a sweater, I'm not going to do it. So I did pull out a sweater quantities that I had for a while, and I spent a good bit of money on it, and I'm not going to donate that. Not to be rude, it's just that the fact that I spent a lot of money on it, and I don't want to donate it and somebody put it off aside for like $5 for the bag. And no, that's not going to happen. That yarn costs too much. So I am going to probably make either a blanket out of it or something else. I'll figure it out. Maybe, I don't know, something. But I've been going through my knitting stuff and just keeping stuff to make socks out of, and if I feel like making a shawl or down the road. I do have to work through my whips of my knitting, so I do have a tote box full of stuff that I need to get through. It's gotten to be overwhelming with the crafts that I have. There's not enough time in the day to do all of them, and people's like, have you done it? Have you finished it? Have you finished it? Have you finished this? Have you finished that? No. It's not that I don't want to finish it, it's just that I don't have time to finish all that, you know? I start something and stop, and that's my problem. So I think what I need to do is start something and finish it before I go on to the next. It's an addiction for me, I guess. But anyway, let's get on to what I'm going to talk about. So I think first I'll show you my quilting. Like I said, I got knitting. I knitted on the hat, the Musselburgh hat. I got probably like 2 inches, so I'm not going to show you. It's over there on the other side of the room. So what I want to show you is my hand quilting. I am done hand quilting my Halloween blanket today. I finished it up earlier watching Rio 2 with Jasmine. So all I have to do now is put the binding on it. I got to trim it and put the binding on. So there's that. This is my box of hand quilting threads. I keep them all together. So I got a box of hand quilting threads, a box of thread that I use for English paper piecing, and then I got another box for sewing thread or sewing machine thread. So I try to keep them all separated. So I just wanted to show you. I got a pin cushion that I made. I put in it. I'm trying different thimbles, and I just really didn't like any of these thimbles. Like this one is a coin thimble, and this metal thimble that has an open for the finger. I can't get this one to fit my finger right. So the one that I really like, which I need to get me some more, is thimble pads. They're little sticky pads that goes on your finger. I like this more, and when I use it, I got one right here that's I've been using. I'll stick it, this little pad, and I'll stick it on my finger like that, and then as I'm sewing, I put the needle on the pad like that, and when I'm sewing, I am not pressing on my finger. I mean, it's not hurting my finger as I'm sewing. Like say I'm quilting. I'm going to show that. Like I'm quilting and I'm tipping the needle over to quilt. I'm not hurting my finger with this. And I really love these. And I even have a quilt top that I'm working on too. And I got thimble pads in this one too. I keep it in another box down here in my cart. So I really like these, and I really would recommend this as a sewing tool. It's called Thimble Pad. And this one comes with, I want to say 12, but I'm not sure. I want to say 12 pads, but I'm really not sure. Yeah, 12, because they had 2 sheets and there's 6 on each one. And they're reusable, so I could take them off and use them over and over until they don't want to stay on and they slide on my finger. That's when I'll take them off, because otherwise they'll tear up, because I don't know if you can see it. My fingers really tore up if I don't use them. So I really enjoyed that one. So after I quilted that one today, and I'm going to bind the edges. Next, I worked on this one and got it finished. And I just need to quilt it. Well, I thought I had it all together. I still got to trim it. I made this, I don't remember if I showed you the last time. This is going to be a table runner for Valentine's. So I had 3 hearts put together that I sewed together. And I'm going to put it on, I'm going to sandwich it with some batting. Sorry, I thought I had everything together on this. It's been sitting down for a while. Let me fold it. So I'm going to work on it, and this is going to be the background, some pink. So that'll be my next one I'm going to hand sew, and I got a lot of threads on that. So that'll be the next one I'm going to hand sew. So I had come up, I was making project bags and putting them on Etsy. If you would like to visit my Etsy shop, I'll put a link below for it. So I had leftover fabric, and I wanted to take the fabric and put it into some crazy quilt blocks. So I was playing around with some, and I did this. And when I watch people on the videos, on YouTube videos, this one lady did lines, straight quilting lines down, and that's what I did with this, but then I didn't like it. But I'm still going to use this block. So I made that one, and then I made this one just using the fabrics from the bags or leftover fabrics that I got in my stash. So there's that one with the snowman, and then this one. And then after watching the videos of people putting the stitching on there, I kept looking and I found something else that I like. Here's the next one. I did a red one. So I got to looking around and looking up crazy quilts. Then I found Dances with Wolves, or no, Dancing with Pit Bulls. She does crazy quilting and textiles, journaling, different crafts, and I really enjoyed watching her videos about crazy quilting, and it really, how do you say it, sparked my muse to create something too. So I got some fabric together, kind of pulled colors out of my bedroom, because I got blues and the browns, you know. So after I pulled the colors out, and the way she done it, she just cuts the fabric up and then sews them together crazy quilting way, like the ones I just showed you, like this red one. She puts the fabric together, and then she'll do decorative stitches, embroidery stitching on the seams of where you sew them on. And then on top of that, she used beads, sequences, lace, anything, buttons, anything you find. So I decided to jump on the bandwagon, because, you know, I like to try something new. So this is my first attempt, my first block at crazy quilting. So I went to the store looking around for some beads, and I found these little flowers, the gold flowers, and put beads. They're with beads on it. Then buttons. I don't know if you can see that too good. And then I made a crocheted flower with some crochet thread. Then I made a yo-yo and put a buttons around it. And then I did some lazy daisies and different little embroidery stitching. So that's that one. That's one. I'll try to go a little fast here. Here's the second one. Then I added some gold trim, some more buttons. I went to the thrift store and found a bag of buttons for $3, like a lot of buttons. So I've been putting some of them buttons on here. Some more yo-yos. I'm not really good at making the yo-yos, but there's some more. Now, this fabric is a prom dress. This blue fabric's prom dress I cut up. This one came from lingerie. This one's lingerie. And just different fabrics that I found at the thrift store. I found a curtain. This right here came from inside of the dress, this dress, so I used it. This one was a dress jacket, and it had buttons, and I also added the buttons to the pieces too. Here's the next one. Now with this one, I decided to make this, and I really love that. I put the yo-yo with a button, and then I embroidered, I can't remember the stitch names, but I like branches, and then put these beads on it. Then I had trim and put beads on it. The gold trim here. And made that. Put some buttons here. Some ribbon. This was a shirt that I cut up because it had embroidery on it. So I cut the shirt up. The embroidery was up here in the front. No, it was a dress. It was like a long dress shirt. So it had the embroidery here on the sleeves and on the waist, or down by the leg, thigh. And I cut it up and put it in there and put beads around it just to get the edging look nice. That's 3, 4. Some more lace I bought at the store. It was for $5 for a whole bunch of it. Some more buttons and rickrack. I don't know if you see that. This trim with some gold buttons. And then I put my hexes on this one with some flowers and buttons. And then I tried my hand at silk embroidery. So this is the first time I made some silk flowers and leaves on that one. This one has another crochet flower on it. Some more ribbon. A lot of detail with beading right here. Sequin flowers with beads in it. Buttons. And some more beads going through there. And then I had like a kind of stitching on it. Embroidery stitch. So that's that one. And some more yo-yos. I kind of messed up here, so I took a button and just tried my best with it, and then I didn't like it, so I put these little flower spray on it. I don't know what you call it. But yeah, that's what I've been trying to make. And then I keep them in this box, and I take it to work, and I work on it when I have a slow period. So here's some more. I love this little flower branch I got here. Then I started doing some more silk embroidery roses here, here, and here. So I really liked that one. Then I did that one. The trim was on sale at Hobby Lobby, so I bought some because it was half off. That one. And that's it with that one. I got a whole bunch of beads and boxes, all that. So I decided I was going to make a quilt with all this. Then I decided, when you make stuff with the beadings, the only way you can clean it is by spot cleaning it and taking a vacuum out of it at it. So I thought, well, it'd be too much to make a blanket out of it with this beading and everything. So I decided, in the long run, I want to make a wall hanging out of it. And when I make it, I decided I don't want to put it on the wall. I'm going to use it as curtains for my bedroom. So I got this window and the window behind the TV. And I'm going to get a curtain rod with little hooks where I can hook up the wall hanging on. So that is a project that I'm going to do here soon when I get those blocks done, to make 9 blocks for each window, or maybe more depending on the size. My window is kind of longer. So my haul with that is I bought Judith Baker Montano's Essential Stitch Guide. I bought these on eBay, and those are the 2 I got. And then I decided to go to the public library. They have a bookstore, and I ended up finding what I was looking for: silk embroidery, silk ribbon embroidery by the Judith Baker Montano. So I got 3 books of hers, and they're very, very informative on how to stitch, all the information you need. So I've been following this one. I need to read some more of it for the silk embroidery, and I need to find some silk ribbon so I can do it, because the one I use is organza, and I like it, but it hurts my fingers pulling it through all of it. So it's either the needle or that, and I tend to bend needles. Yeah, so I bent a couple of needles doing the silk ribbon embroidery, but the ribbon embroidery, I just call it ribbon embroidery. But I want to find some silk so to run through it easier. So those are my hauls for this past 2 months, is these books, which is very informative on making these crazy quilts. I also joined a couple of groups on Facebook to try to learn more. Okay, so it's already 20 minutes, and I haven't even gotten through my cross stitching yet. Okay, no needing to talk about but that. Then I talked about my quilting and my new adventure in crazy quilting. So I'll try to put some pictures on Instagram if you like to see some more. But yeah, I really love that, and I can't wait to get it finished, because I'm going to hang it up as curtains after I buy some curtain rods that I want to use for it. Anyway, let's go to cross stitching. So with cross stitching in January, just to recap my last video, in January they called, for WIPCO, they call the numbers 2 and 19. Number 2 was the Cross Stitch Nation, which in the last video I did share that I finished it. So just to recap, that's the one I finished. So that's my first and only finish of this year, until I get that quilt finished up with the binding. So that one's that one. So number 19 was the Priscilla Grapevine wreath. On it, I had for 10 days. At the end of the month, I only got 5 days on it. So this month, in February, I did 1 more day. So I got 4 more days to work on it to get my goal completed on this. But I'll show you what I got done so far. Let me open it up. just to remind you what it looked like. Let me get the pattern out. I could have been more prepared to put one. Alright, the Drusilla grapevine wreath with floral. So that's what it's going to look like. Drusilla kit. Alright, so this is all that I have done on that since January. So I'm planning to keep on working on this. Because like I said, to finish the goal, I got 4 more days to work on it before I can meet my goal. Alright. Get it back in the bag. I have it stored in my bag I made. I had one on the Etsy shop, but it sold. So yay! And she's already received it and did a review. Reviewed it. So check that out. Alright, next. That was for January. In February, the numbers that was called was 5 and 17. And for 5, I had the Raven Queen. Now, to go back, when I started doing the crazy quilting, I didn't touch any cross stitching until the 20th of this month. So that's when I started to hurry up and get some cross stitching done on it, because I was like, what am I doing? I didn't even touch cross stitching. So number 5 was the Raven Queen Mirabilia. And I'll show you the progress. I've been working on this today, so it's on my Q-snap. So there it is. When I picked it up, excuse me, for this month, I did the blues right here, and then the grays and blues right here. So that's how much I've gotten done this month, which is pretty bad, but I want to pick up and do some more later, but right now that's what I got done on it. So that was number 5. Number 17 was a new start for 7 days. So my new start was a kit that I had in my stash, Design Works, Stitching ABC. There it is. And let me move my needle because I was just working on this before I made a video. So this is what I have so far. I got the basket done in the middle. I started in the middle and worked my way out. So I started on the basket, finished it, handle, and then went to the yarn inside the basket. And now I am working on the cat. See, yep. I'm really enjoying this one too. There's a lot of color changes. Hopefully you can see that too well. That's that one. So with that, they already called Marches, so I'll go ahead and show you. Well, I'll go back to that after I show you the next one. We'll talk about next month. With the Raven Queen, I got 6 days on it. I got 4 more days to meet the goal. On the Stitching ABC, I stitched 5 days, and I got 2 more days left to meet my goal. Alright, moving on. So I decided to join cross stitch finish lines. Sprint to your finish line. It's okay. Cross Stitch Finish Lines on Facebook. It's a group on Facebook, and I decided to join the Sprint to Your Finish Line. And because I missed February on stitching, I went back and looked at all the dice that was rolled, and I caught up on all the prompts. So I'm going to go through it. Here's the paper that I made out, print out, and wrote what I want to work on each block. I didn't really think about a goal. Okay, on this it says dice will be rolled every Sunday evening. Fill in the blank spaces with a weekly goal. I just put like Fancy Lady or Kit Project. And I didn't think about a goal for it. You know, like how many stitches. I just want to at least stitch 25 minutes or at least 200 stitches at least on this. That's what my thinking was. But then I read down here, for penalty stitches, pick up one whip to use throughout the game. If you can't meet the prompt, then stitch 200 stitches or 2 hours on that piece. So it's basically the same thing with the my goal for each block that I wrote down. So with this, I started it in the end of January, the last Sunday in January, which is January 30th. They rolled a 12, so I ended up on House Party. And House Party, it has house or building. So I decided to pick up one of my new kits that I was going to start with Whipco. I picked it up and decided I was going to start it for the prompt. So I picked out the Dimensions kit, Antique Shop by Charles Wasaki. This was a gift from a dear friend. So, as all my other starts, I started in the middle. Yeah. This is all I've got on it. And it's about 200 stitches. So, yep, that would be the sign, the antique sign. Right there. And I started to do the window and then I put it away. So I got that one done for the first one. The second one was February 6th with the number rolled was 6 on the dice, and on my paper it was a fully finished or finish an object right there. I didn't have anything to finish at the time, and I was trying to hurry up and get these prompts done to catch up. So I decided to pull out my penalty project and do penalty stitches for 200 stitches on Magical Arrival stocking. And then on February the 13th, it rolled a 7. And on the 7th it said a kit project, so I decided to do a fast penalty stitch for it. So with that one I did the 200 stitches on the Magical Arrival stocking. So I ended up putting, with those two rows, I put 400 stitches on my Haid stocking Magical Arrival. So I got more over here done and down in here. So that one, it's coming along. I'm going to start picking up this more with the penalty stitches or any other thing that I need to get some extra stitches on. Alright, so the next one, February 20th and February the 27th, which was yesterday. When I started to do this, the sprint for the finish line, I was designating my words. Sunday is when they roll the dice. So I'm putting aside for now on. Did I say Saturday? Sunday. Sunday they roll the dice and post it on Facebook. Their page, the group page. So when they post it, I put aside Sunday and Monday for these stitches, that whatever rolls for my prompts. Those 2 days is what I'm putting aside to do my 200 stitches on, or more if I get more stitches. So February the 20th, I put in, it rolled a 8. Then yesterday it rolled a 2. So on the 8th it said surprise party whip with confetti, which is that one. It says a whip with confetti. And then yesterday I ended up with a roll, 2 on the roll, and it said cross stitch police, 200 stitches or 2 hours on a large project. I ended up doing the same project on both of these. So with that said, I'm going to show you what I did. Altogether, with those 2 prompts, I stitched 595 stitches on this project. Which when I show you this, it's also the project for my Full Coverage Fanatics Whippin' Wonders. So with the Whippin' Wonders, I'm doing Our Lady of Guadalupe. It's a new start. I started in January. And with Whips and Wonders, each prompt that you get, you take one project for that prompt and put in 5,000 stitches. And what I'm doing, once I get 5,000 stitches, then the next prompt I'll use a different full coverage piece. So with me starting Our Lady of Guadalupe, it's a Haid piece. It's a new start that I started in January. Trying to get out what I'm trying to say. So with the prompts, with the sprint to your finish line 2 days, and then I'll show you what I've done since January 1st, the beginning of January. Let me move my needle minder. So as of yesterday, I got in 3,614 stitches. So where am I at? Okay, there I am. So that is what I've got on a new start. This is 2/1 full cross. And you can't really tell, but it's so pretty, the colors, the way it's like radiating when she's standing in the middle and the rays are radiating. It's so pretty. The color changes, color blocks in it. So I do have like confetti places, so that's why I did the confetti prompt on this. But yeah, 3,614 stitches so far, and I'm going to keep working on this until I get 5,000. Another, what, 1,300 stitches, something like that. So I'm almost done, and then I'll pick out another project. Hopefully I'll make another video before I pick out the next project, because I don't know what I'm going to work on next. But I'll make another video by then and show this and show you what I'm going to do. So that take care of Whipco. The Full Coverage Fanatics is this one. 5,000 stitches needed for that one. I got another 1,300 left to go. Then I'll swap over. The prompt for this one is called Pyramids at Giza, and I've been watching YouTube videos while I stitch this. Different little videos that I find. Okay, so to recap, sprint to your finish line, I am all caught up on that one. So I'm all caught up with that one. 1,300 left, stitches left on the Full Coverage Fanatics Whip and Wonders year-long stitch along thing. Then with Whipco, let's talk about Whipco. So with Whipco, I'm trying to get something out. for March, they call the numbers 15 and 21. So number 15 is a new start choice of 10 days. I want to make sure that's right because I changed my days on some of these because 10 days. So it's going to be a new start. I have it in this bag. It's a magazine chart out of a magazine. And it's the cross stitch lover. I'm going to work on this one with all the call for colors. I'm starting to think I didn't get all the colors. I'm going to have to look at that. I'm going to work it on this fabric I had in stash, which is this. So that is number 15. The next one they called was 21, and with 21 I have Stitcher's Choice 7 days, so I will pick out something that I want to work on for 7 days, and I need to get done with some of these whips that I got. So I decided, I kept going back and forth, what should I work on? I figured I would either something out of my whip color that I already done in January and February. So I'm undecided whether I want to pick up the three that I've been working on right now. Let me get them all out. I'll show you. So I thought about picking up January's that still haven't fully finished, but I'm getting my goals done on it. So I can either finish my goals on this and pick up another one and finish the goals on that, but then I thought, well, what if I just work the 7 days on one piece? So either this from January or this one for February. Now these are both new starts for this year, or an ongoing whip, the Raven Queen. And I'm thinking I'm going towards the Raven Queen because I was looking on my I print out copies, working copies of my chart for me, then I shred them up. And if I'm not mistaken, I had it written down, but now I don't have it. Let me keep looking. Well, I thought I had it written down. Undoubtedly I don't. I'm sorry, I thought I had it written down. Let me keep looking. Give me a minute. I know what. It's underneath my stand. Oh man, let me move you. Excuse my mess. All this so I can remember what to tell you. My working piece that I've been writing on. Alright, what I was going to say is when I started to work on the Raven Queen, I noticed when I started it, right there on my pattern, working pattern, I started stitching on this February 19th, 2016. Yes, 2016. I do believe I'm going to work on this for my Stitcher's Choice number 21. So the Raven Queen, wow, I cannot talk. The Raven Queen by Mirabilia is going to be what I'm going to work on for March. 7 days on this one. I have made my decision. Alright, so So get it straight. New one, the cross stitch lever, new whip, new project for March. Then the Raven Queen for the second one, and then I'll have the full coverage piece, Our Lady of Guadalupe, for my full coverage. So that's 3 that I'll be working on, and then whatever sprint to the finish line, whatever prompts I'll pick with whatever whip I got going with that. I think I might have that. I think I might have that down. I wrote it down on the calendar for next month. So Sundays and Mondays are for sprint prompts. Then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday will be for my Whipco pieces until my go days are out. The open days at the end of the month that I have, so it's a little crazy. This right here is my first number with the pink line. These oranges is going to be my sprint to the finish line Sunday and Mondays. So my pink has 10 days. This yellow highlighter, it's my second one, which is now going to be the Raven Queen. It's going to have 7 days. So right here I have 6 empty days. So with these 6 empty days, I'm going to push on trying to get my full coverage finish piece closer to 5,000, and then go back and pick up my January Whipco piece to get it done. Get some work on it. And then once that's done, like done, full FO, then I'll pick up something out of the February's pile and then work on it until it gets done. That's my way of thinking, but I don't know how it's going to go. But yeah. Yep. I also just was thinking about doing a Zoom. I'm not sure, because I haven't been on Zoom in like years since I moved into this house. And so I thought, well, what if I do like a Zoom meet thing and just stitch and talk or whatever, show what we're stitching on. If anybody's interested, like just to chat, because I work different hours. I work either 3 to 11 or 11 to 8 in the morning. So most of the time I'm sleeping during the day, but whatever days I'm off, I can do a Zoom meet. Which this week I'm not sure when I'm off because it needs to be posted yet. But I think I'm off Saturday this week, and I may be off Thursday this week, but I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm going to have to look at the schedule. So if anyone wants to Zoom chat, like I said, I'm going to have to figure out how to do that again, because I haven't been on it in a while. And I do get shy when I'm talking to other people, just to let you know. I might not find anything to talk about, but maybe, But just sit and chat. But if you're interested, just let me know down below in the comments if you're interested in doing a online chat on Zoom. I don't know any other way of doing it. I thought about doing, like, later. I want to get a new, my goal is to get me a new cross-stitching stand, because the one I got, it won't hold my projects good. So I've been mostly stitching in hand right now, like with my hoops. I mean, not hoops, but the whatever I'm using at the moment. I have to hold it up with my belly, and it's uncomfortable. So I want to get me. I'm thinking about getting a Lowry stand, but I have like projects on scroll rods. Like my longer ones, my Thomas Kincaid, this one. It's super long, so I need to find something that's gonna hold that, because otherwise it's gonna not get worked on as much because I can't. It's hold with my belly, you know. My big belly's got to hold it, so I'm thinking about getting a Lowry stand, maybe one or two of them. Like, I seen somebody on a Facebook group that has 2 Lowry stands that's holding her scroll frames on each side, and that way she can flip it over and tie off the back or whatever. But I've been doing pin stitch, so like I don't turn around as much. Sometimes I can't pin stitch if I'm doing it with one thread, so well, yeah, I can. What am I thinking? But whatever. If I need to turn it around, I can easily turn it around. But mostly I want it so to hold it up without being held by my stomach, you know. I've been talking for like 15 minutes. I guess y'all ready to go. But yep, that's all I have to show. I haven't had any haul besides those books. I can't really buy anything until I finish something, so yeah. So I will let you go. I hope all of y'all have a good evening, good morning, wherever you're at. Have a good day. Happy stitching. And let me know what you're stitching on. I like to know. Please press like and subscribe if you like the video. Sorry it's very unorganized, but it's me. I'm a mess. I'm not organized. Alright, talk to you later. Bye.